Yeah, we have some great practices. We make plays, things like that. And then there's other times we're a little bit inconsistent, and we've got to get the inconsistency out of us, and so we execute all the time. So just some inconsistency at times.
You're right. Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
From your perspective, what makes a dangerous defensive lineman in terms of getting after the quarterback? When you see somebody like that, what is it that concerns you?
Usually speed off the ball first, and then that guy that wins those one-on-one matchups. Sometimes you can slide to him and things like that, and other times you can't, and that's where our guy will have to handle him in a one-on-one situation. We have different things in our protections where we can chip guys and stuff like that, especially on third downs. But again, that speed guy off the edge, that's usually the first concern.
What do you want to get offensively out of the scrimmage tomorrow?
Well, the first thing is I want to see that we're assignment competent, that we handle our techniques, use our techniques, and then play with fast tempo. And that doesn't mean we're going fast all the time. That's getting back to get lined up as well. So that's what we're looking for.
Your receiving group has gotten a lot of attention. I think it was Jerry DiNardo who said could be one of the best in the country. How special do you think it could be, and what stands out to you about the group?
Well, I think first of all they're great kids, and then the second thing is they've got ability, they've got speed, they've got size for the most part, and so when you've got size and speed, that's usually hard to handle.
Do you think DiNardo is right? It could be one of the best groups in the country.
I do. We got to play that way all the time. We got to, our defense is up in your face all the time, and that's where you got to handle that. And we've got to get better at that.
What's been your initial impression, Morgan Ellison? I think we see him a little bit with the ones and freshmen step in. What do you think?
Well, what we see is a guy that has the ability to make quick up cuts, and get the ball up the field whenever the defense stretches. We've seen that. He also does a really good job of leveling off. His shoulder pads are down. He levels off that way. He's just, he's like a lot of freshmen. Their heads are spinning right now. We've got a lot of offense in training camp right now, and so his head's spinning a little bit, but overall he'll get there.
Everybody talked about sort of Rich's leadership through winter, spring, summer. Is that translating the way it needs to as you kind of get maybe into the business end of fall camp?
Yeah, I think Rich has been a great leader here for us, and he every day he brings it every day that way, and so he's one of the strong leaders on offense.
Who's out there exceeding your expectations right now?
Good question. I had to stop and think about that one for a second. Right? I don't know if they're exceeding my expectations, but they're really playing well right now. With a guy like Coy at left tackle, I mean, he's really, I think he's playing really well right now. And Coy played last year, and everybody can say he played last year, but as a freshman lineman, he didn't execute technique all the time and things like that. He just kind of got on people, and right now he's really locked into technique stuff, and I mean he's really playing well. So. And I think Simon is playing good at right guard, Wes at left guard. Those three guys stand out as guys that are really bringing their play up.
Ian Thomas is somebody Rich has brought up a lot. In particular, is just a guy he thinks can really help in a lot of different ways at tight end. What have you seen from him summer through to fall?
Well, again, he's a guy that is big. First of all, he's 250 pounds, and he's physical, strong. When you have to use him inside for any inside run game, or then he's got great speed, so he can handle the outside perimeter runs as well as beat safeties and nickels, and that's what you have to do to have a guy that's going to be a mismatch problem.
What freshmen look like they're at least on track to be ready to play Big Ten football week 1?
Well, I think that's still ongoing. It's hard for freshmen, and again, you got to remember this with freshmen. What we're talking to them right now is a different language. And what I mean by that is whatever they called it in high school, I guarantee you, we're calling it different. So when they walk in here, language is totally different. The terminology is different. And but I like, again, I mentioned the other day, I like what Kreider's doing inside. I think Harry Kreider, for me, as a freshman lineman, you don't see a lot of freshman linemen going in and playing like he's playing right now. And so he's a guy that's really stepping up in there.